Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to another episode of 6K Sokas. I'm your host, Matt Gannon from JerseyBetting.com. And today we have a fun one. The Zozo Championship Limited Field Japan starts Wednesday night Eastern time. So make sure you get your lineups in. Make sure you watch the show before then. And this is going to be a quick episode. There is, I don't know exactly how many, but it's a 75-man field. So there's only X amount of 6K players. It's going to be a short show, but this is going to be a very important one because the site I use for this for the show, rickrungood.com, is probably the only site in the world that has access to all these Asian Tour strokes gained data that you're not going to get anywhere else. So shout out Rick, this is huge, and let's get right into it. So you know what the deal is. We're going to research the 6K range because it's the only show in the community that is solely dedicated to the 6K range. You need 6K players to rock, so let's rock. All right, we're going to start with Adam Long, a guy who is priced at 6'9" and was kind of I wouldn't say a gem, but he was a great player late in the summer and a majority of the season last year. Look at all this green. But since that withdrawal at the Wyndham, I'm not sure if it was an injury. He hasn't really played well. And even his made cut at the Sanderson, his first made cut since that withdrawal, he gained 10 strokes putting. So I will just say right now, stay away. Unless he has some absurd course history here. And just again, we're only looking at 21 and 19 data because the 2020 was at Sherwood, which is in Vegas, I believe. Or maybe it was in California. Does not matter. Okay, so yeah, nothing insane. I will pass along. Don't love the form, and we're gonna bust through this because we don't want to waste time. This is research. We're gonna find players. We're gonna write them down, and we're gonna find players for our lineup. All right, another Adam. We're gonna look at Adam Shank. Um, T12 last week at the Shriners. I bet him outright. Yeah, he did kind of what I expected. Almost a little over seven strokes ball striking. Gain on the green. That's a good performance. I don't think this is what I said with Adam Shank. Like when he gains on approach, he gains like that +5. Obviously needed a little bit more. I don't know exactly where he finished last week, like under par wise, but okay. How is he on bent grass? It's a good surface. And has he played here before? I mean, he's playing well. So if he's played here before, he's played here twice, and they're both top 30 finishes at gain strokes to the field. At 6'9", you can do worse than this. So for now, I will pencil in Adam Shank as a decent play at 6'9". 6'9", Shank. All right. We'll move down to Dylan Fratelli, Texas guy. I'm not really sure how he's playing currently. Okay, so 20th cut, 13th cut. That means he's going to finish like 15th this week. This is a mixed bag of results that I don't love to see because I like to see consistency in ball striking. He's kind of done it in different ways, approach, putting, around the green even. Yeah, that's scary to say. Course history wise, played here once, finished 22nd. Obviously, we don't have the strokes gain breakdown from that. He's not great on bent grass. I will pass on Dylan Fratelli. Cam Champ 6'8". He's just a mess. He's never played here before. He hasn't made a cut since what? His 20th place finish at the Rocket. Yeah, I just can't play. Just can't play Cameron Champ. And what I'm looking for this week is probably total driving plus approach play, but he's just not in a good space right now. So I will be off of Cameron Champ. So we will move on and deep dive David Lipsky. David Lipsky, 44th place finish last week, and he has never played here before. Let's look at his results from a player, see what he does well, how he does on specific grasses, stuff like that. Okay, David Lipsky. He is about a 0 on bent grass. Okay. I'm looking at. Oh, now it's gonna bug out on me. I gotta redo it real quick. I gotta reload it. So we're looking at David Lipsky. I want to see how he. I feel like he's a decent complete ball striker, but I want to see the numbers. Total driving 53rd on tour. That's really good. It's going to rate out well in this field. And approach, he's 40th, and he's about a 0 on bent. My only concern is he did it all around the green last week. The ball striking is not really picking up. He's never played here before. So like I mean, yeah, going to Japan is a real thing. So I will pass on David Lipsky for now. So far, I just like Adam Shank at 6'9". Sweet Bo Hostler, he was kind of looked all right early in the week, but he finished 64th. He also has never played here before. Hostler's not a guy who is he's gonna rate out well on bent grass, I could tell you that. Yeah, really good on bent grass, but, like, he's a loser on approach, and he's just, like, not the best driver, so pass on Sweet Bow. Okay, CT Pan. He played well at the Olympics, I believe, in Japan. How has he played at this event? Well, first look at his results. 2 straight made cuts, hit it well last week. I have it alright, let's look at Zozo. I'm sure he's played both of them. He's went to Japan twice, finished no higher than 57th. That's not great. I believe he played really well at the Olympics. Yeah. Okay. Um, so he's about a 0 on bent. Uh, I don't hate that. I really don't hate that. So what is his price? 6'7"? I don't see why you'd wanna go to him when Shank rates out a lot better at just $200 more. Lee Hodges, a guy who I love. Lee Hodges has a missed a cut last week. Lee Hodges missed a cut last week. Lee Hodges has never played here before. But before that, he had a 30th place finish and then a miscut. Then it was really good end of the summer. Let's deep dive Lee Hodges a bit more and see what exactly Lee Hodges does well. Um, okay, pull him up. Lee Hodges. Great total driver for sure. And he's really good with his irons. And he's good with his middle irons too, which is important this week. I think those middle irons are going to be really important. If he's decent on bent grass, I can get behind it, but I don't know if he is. About a 0. It's not his worst surface. Um, and this is an event where you're not gonna have to get to -20. I think this is right in Lee Hodges' wheelhouse. At 6'7", I like Lee Hodges over CT Pan. So I'm gonna say Lee Hodges at 6'7". 6'7" Lee Hodges. All right, let's move down to now this is where it's gonna get interesting. Kazuki Higa, a guy that neither of us have probably heard of before, but with the use of this site, we can deep dive and see what he has done. Okay, he's 6'7" because he's off of a win. September 11th, 2022, the Shinhan Danghao Open. I think Siwoo played in that field. Missed the cut at the Open Championship. Um, 78th at the Horizon Irish Open. 10th at the BMW. Okay. 37, and then, and I don't love it. I really don't love it because look at before that win, it was -7, -4, and +12. And before that, it was a +9. So I feel like he's a real like gets hot when he wants to type guy. James Hahn, Sam Ryder-esque guy. Speaking of Sam Ryder, he's the next guy we'll look into. Sam Ryder's a guy who I don't like to play because he just kind of pops when he wants to. Like, look, he was doing well earlier in the week, then I guess he faded. But he's hitting his irons well right now, so that's consistency. That is consistency. How is he on bent grass? He's really decent on bent grass, and I think he has decent course history. I really do think he does. I think he finished in the top 10 here, what, last year? Keep that. Zozo Championship, Sam Ryder finished 7th. Okay. He's hitting his irons well. He's got decent court history. He's good on bent grass. What else do you need? Sam Ryder at what, 6'6"? That his price? 6'6"? Yeah, let's pencil in Sam Ryder at 6'6". So now we like 3 guys in this 6K range. And they're all PGA Tour guys so far. All right, another Asian Tour guy, Kanaya. Takumi Kanaya. I think he's that like sick amateur. All right. What's he been up to? Not he hasn't been playing great. He hasn't gained strokes to the field since the Saudi International in February. What makes me think I should play him? Is it because he finished 7th here last year? That might be it. Okay. Naya. Finished 7th here last year, but he has not done well besides since then. And I feel like he hasn't played much like on his Asian tour. Yeah, I just can't back that. Sorry. Brandon Wu at 6'5". Brandon Wu is interesting because he was on a heater late in the season. Made the cut last week, made his last 2 cuts. Before that, he was pretty bad. Never played here before. I want to look a little bit deeper into Brandon Wu because he's an interesting guy. He's got upside for sure. We've seen him pop I think it was Mexico, Wyndham. Brandon Wu. So he's just not hitting his irons good at all. And that's not like him. It's really not like him. Yeah, I don't how is he on not gonna load. Let me reload him. I wanna see how he puts it on bent. I don't think it's really anything amazing. It's about a 0. Not the about an average iron player, not a great driver. Never played here before. I will pass on Brandon Wu. Ches Reavie at 6'5", I think he would do worse than Ches Reavie at 6'5". I mean, you know what you're getting basically. You're gonna get decent amount of greens in regulation when he's with a wedge, but he's not hitting it well. 3 straight missed cuts. Has he played here before? I feel like Ches Reavie is a guy who could just have his 70th. He played horrible. Pass. I feel like if he had one good result, even after 3 straight missed cuts, I would dabble in a Ches Reavie at 6'5". Peter Malnati withdrew last week, and he finished 74th here last year. Pass. Okay, Rio. He's. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Rio. I'll call him Rio. Is Rio. Rio. All right. Wow. Okay. Now this is what we like to say. He's played his last 1, 2, 3, 4 events. He's gained strokes to the field, and they've all been consistent increases. +3 to the field, +4 to the field, +9, +9. So he's playing good golf right now. He's played here before, didn't play well, but he was 6K min. Now he's up a little bit because he's in a better form. I can get behind that. So what's his name? Rio. I'll just write Rio 6'4", because there's gonna be one Asian guy that comes in the top 10, like random guy, random guy. So let's get on hit on try to get on that guy. Satoshi Kodaira at 6'4". Now that's a friend of the program. And I feel like that's some upside. Yoshi Kodaira is gonna be the first round leader. I just feel it. Hasn't played since the KFT championship. Played okay at the Windy. Um, Total driving 83rd on tour last year. That's not bad. Approach 88th on tour. That's gonna rate out well in this field for sure. And let's see how he played here. I don't think it was good last year. No, it wasn't. I feel like, do we try to get cute and play Rio at 6'4", or just go where we know Kodaira at 6'4"? We know what his upside could be. I feel like that's an ownership question, but I'm gonna write like Rio/Toshi at 6'4". I'm not gonna play both of them. Maybe I won't play any of them, but I think that's an ownership thing, which we'll see later in the week. Yeah, I'm not seeing any ownership yet. Okay. We don't have that many more 6K guys left, so let's bust them out. Shugo Imahara, Shugo Imahira. A T18 here last year. He played both events. Okay, so he's comfortable with this place. How is he? Show me some form. Okay, that's a win. It's a win in May. A miscut after that, and then a 38th place finish, 43rd place finish, where he gained strokes to the field earlier, like last month. That win kind of came out of nowhere. It feels like though. 44th of the Masters. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of data, so I'm going to pass. All right. Chad Ramey at 6'3", 28th place finish last week, but he was like top 5 on Friday, I think. Chad Ramey. I don't like Chad Ramey, to be honest. Yeah, all with the putter. All with the putter. So yeah, I'm gonna be off Chad Ramey. He's never played here. I don't like Chad Ramey. John Huh. Man, John Huh, something's wrong because I was all over John Huh. I say it every week at that Wyndham where he finished second withdrew, and he's been bad since. And he is an elite ball striker. Minus since he withdrew, -3, -1.4, -7.5, -6. Something's wrong. Danny Lee at 6'2", played here in 2019, finished 10th, but he hasn't made a cut since. When was Danny Lee's last made cut? Danny Lee. He hasn't made a cut since the Canadian Open, and he hasn't gained strokes ball striking since then. He withdrew. Is he injured? How is he on bent grass? Not great. No. Okay. Let's see if we can find like a crazy putting performance because he's a guy that can pop. Rikuya Hoshino. Hoshino. Hopefully, if you see something that like I'm like you see my screen. If you see something on a guy, if I can get you on a guy, that's awesome. All right, Hoshino 20th at that Shanghai Open. Not great performance at the Open Championship and the U.S. Open. Made the cut of the PGA. I mean, he's playing in some legit fields. Oh, so when he plays in his Asian events, he's doing okay. 28th, 6th, 20th. That's okay. I'm cool with that. So has he played here before? If he's played here before once, I'm on him because he's playing okay. Okay, 39th and 51st. He has course history. I mean, he has course experience. I can get behind Hoshino at what 6'3", 6'2". Okay, 6'2", Hoshino. We're making moves here. We have 5 guys written down. That's pretty decent. We're not going to get to all of them, obviously. Atsuki. Atsuki. Okay, Atsuki. 9th, 57th. Okay, those are made cuts. Um, okay. I like the other guy better. I like Hoshino better. Hiroshi Itwata finished 28th here last year. Hiroshi Hiroshi nice. Iwata. Okay. 68th, 7th, 97th. Uh wow, he hasn't played much. Off. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to a guy at what I mean. We got to. If I were to get down a guy at 6'2" in this field, that's pretty cool. All right, Kieta Nakajima. When the hell was the last time he played? Wow, Nakajima. He hasn't played. Missed the last 2 cuts at the Open Championship and the U.S. Open. Wasn't horrible miscuts. 32nd at the. I don't hate this. I don't hate this. 28th at the last year's Zozo, but doesn't have much. He hasn't played since June, July. Yeah, I don't. All right, 3 more players left. Onishi. 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 Okay, 2 events. 84th and 2nd. Never played here before. No reason. I just like how could I back that? Mikumu. Mikumu. Another guy. Okay, here's some more sample size, and he's gained strokes in one of his career events. Zozo. He almost finished last both times. Okay. And last guy. Last guy. Kataoka. 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 Yeah. Played here once, 66th. Yeah, nothing to write home about. Okay. That's a quick deep dive of the 6K range, about 20 minutes. Let me rekindle guys that I like in the 6K range that I feel like should be staples in your lineup. Hopefully, you win a lot of money this week. I like Adam Shank at 6'9". I like Danny Lee at 6'7", Sam Ryder at 6'6", and then 2 guys at 6'4". I feel like is an ownership thing. Um, I'm not going to say his last name. His first name is Ryo, Ryo, at 6'4". So Ryo 6'4", and then Satoshi Kodaira at 6'4". If they're similar ownership, go with Satoshi Kodaira. If Ryo is coming in like 1%, which he like really might, because people are going to know the name Kodaira and pick him. I would say throw the dart with Ryo. And then finally at 6'2", if you didn't, you might need someone at 6'2" if you're going with like 2 guys in the 10K or something like that. Hoshino at 6'2", I feel like is a viable option. So that was 20 minutes. Hopefully you got something out of this. Appreciate rickrungood.com for the deep dive. Appreciate Fantasy Points for taking care of jerseywaybetting.com. And I will catch you guys next time. Have a good day.